Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the 2005 Ford GT. I'm sure you guys will watch videos of these online. I've been trying to buy one of these cars for a long time. Posted a little bit about it in one of my previous videos. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that's subscribed to my channel. For those of you who haven't, please do so. I'm trying to get some followers, build up the channel. I bought this car, it's been about a month now. Haven't really done much on it. So figured I'd get in today, take it on a little trip up the road, give you a little information about these cars. I'm sure there's a lot out there. But this car's 2005 Ford GT. It's one of 82 made red without no stripes. So stripe delete car. It's got 8,000 miles on it. I'm a third owner of the car. I bought the car down in Salt Lake City. So let's take it on a little quick rip up the road. So in 2005, I think they made 2022 total cars. This car is number 490 out of that 2000. Again, it's I think one of 700 in red and 82 with no stripes. So the 05, 06 GTs were pretty ahead of the time for what they were. 550 horse, 500 foot-pound of torque. 0 to 60 in these cars was like 3.3. Quarter mile was I think 11.6 or 11.8. You can look it up, see if I'm accurate, but I think I'm pretty close. Transmission in the car is Ricardo 6-speed. You gotta let them warm up. That's the main reason I didn't do a walk around prior to the little ride. They recommend letting these cars warm up for 10 or 15 minutes before you drive them. If you're looking into a Ford GT, a lot of these cars, if they're not driven and they sit for a long period of time, the gauges all have issues. Waving to my buddy Paul there. If you don't keep the battery tenders hooked up on them. This particular car is the fourth one I looked at. Didn't have any issues at all that I could find. I think the driver's side headlight had a little scratch on it where the two previous owners had the battery tender wire draped over top of it. Turn up the defrost a little bit, she's fogging up. So I've had a lot of Fox bodies. I know my Fox bodies, Fox junk, so that's most of what we'll show. But today I'm just kind of enjoying the day. It's kind of one of the nicer days we've had in Utah in January since I've lived here. Everybody back east right now, sorry you're getting pummeled with snow, but today's a beautiful day to get the GT out. Just tell you guys a little bit about it. So the cool thing about these cars, really, I won't say cheap to maintain, but a lot of the parts this car is built with are off-the-shelf parts. You've got Aerostar van window switches and Ford Focus indicators, and you know, a lot of it is just off-the-shelf parts. So the motor's a 5.4 dual overhead cam. A lot of the parts interchange with like the 03 Cobra, the Lightning trucks, and a lot of the sensors and stuff like that are all interchangeable. So now we'll tell you one thing: getting parts for a Ford GT, and it doesn't matter what it is. If you don't own one, you can forget buying parts for it. You got to have it in your name. It's got to be registered. I had to replace the clamshell lift supports on this car. Now they're only $24 a piece, but you got to own one to get them. They're just like your basic Fox body hatch lift supports. They're hydraulic and they just get old and wore out. The gas just leaks out over time. Literally took me, I think, 5 minutes to change both sides. One of the biggest things on the car maintenance wise, oil change. You've got to drop a lot of the underneath belly pan to change the oil. A lot of people complain about that. So it does grab a lot of attention anywhere you drive the car. Like I said, a lot of people really don't know what the car is. You tell them it's a Ford, and unless they see it on the front bumper, they really don't think it's a Ford. Cars, I think, timeless. You can park it next to any newer supercar, and this one draws just as much, if not more, attention. Get on it just a little bit. One of the coolest things you see in the back view, supercharger. It's got just about the same whine an 03 Cobra has. Maybe not quite as loud, but this car is bone stock. It's untouched, stock pulley, stock exhaust. So when you do a startup video on the car, it's not very loud. Driving the car, it's basically like a big go-kart. It rides fairly well. The roads in Utah are extremely bumpy. Anybody that lives here will tell you that the roads are really bumpy. So if you get some bumpy on the camera, I do apologize. We're not just gonna run it up the road. I'll get out, do a walk around video. Now, one of the things, I think you can see behind me now, I got people recording me as I'm driving, so it's a big attention getter wherever you take it. One of the complaints on the car, everybody complains about the door, getting in and out of it. It's really tough. It's not bad, it's not easy, but it doesn't bother me too much. The clamshell, when you open anything to look at the engine, it is kind of a pain. It does really take two people. I can open it by myself. It's just got to stretch quite a ways to get to both of the latches. That's really my only complaint about the car. I can't complain about anything else. But like I said, I've only had it for a month and a half, and I think I've only put about 150 miles on it. So anybody saying, oh my God, it's an 05, it's got 8,000 miles on it, you need to drive it. I've put quite a bit of miles on the car for having it a month. I do drive all my cars, not a lot, but I do drive them. I try to drive every car I have at least once a month or once every other month. This car, I haven't driven it. I think I drove it home, and I drove it a couple times after that. We're on one of the smoother back roads around here right now. Take it up here, and I'll park it, and I'll get out and do a walk around, get the hood clamshell open, and show you guys the engine and a little bit of the interior and some of the quirks of the car. You know, there's a quirky way you got to get into the fuel tank in the front, they call it. You got to use a key and a little lever to open some of those things. So appreciate y'all sticking with me. We're gonna ride up here a little bit further, and I'll get out of the car and do a walk around. Just stay with me, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we got down here at our local duck pond. Just give you guys a quick walk around. I got the clamshell open, doors are still shut, so just give you a quick walk around and check this one out. So a little bit what I was talking about. There's some Easter eggs, they call them. I guess they did a 100 in the headlights for Ford's 100th anniversary in 2005, which is kind of cool. I guess on the other side it's 001. I guess one of the Bill Ford owns that car. That's what I was told. And the engine. So this car is 100% bone stock. It's got a pretty big muffler back there. That's why they're not very loud. And this is what I was talking about on the clamshell. There's one of these on each side. So you got to kind of stretch across the roof if you want to open it by yourself. It's not that bad, it's just a little inconvenient. If you're in a hurry to if you had to get in there in a hurry, I would say. This inside of the car, a lot of people say they're uncomfortable. I'm kind of a big dude, so I think it's very comfortable. The seats got these little holes in the center, reminiscent of the old 60s GT40. Used to vent the driver while they were racing the cars for a long period of time. It's the instrument cluster on the car. This car, that's the 220 Speedo. The top speed on these cars was rated at 205. These cars had 4 options. This car has 3 options out of the 4. It's got the Macintosh stereo. It's got the red painted calipers. And it has the optional forged BBS wheels. Show you a few cool things of the car. The front, you can either use the key fob to open it, which is what I do, but if your battery's not charged and you need to get to the battery, they made it where you can put your key in here, turn it, and then open it. Well, I said you can open it. Let's try that again. Well, it's making a liar out of me. So we'll walk around to the gas cap. No, this side working. So this one you just turn it and pull up, and it essentially just flips open. So that's how the front is supposed to work, but for some reason it's not cooperating. See if we can try this real quick with both hands, trying to get this open. There we go. I don't ever have a problem with the key fob. When I try to open it, it works just fine, but I guess manually it's a little bit more, you got to hold the lever up while you're pulling up, I guess. So that's kind of it for a quick walk around. If you guys got any questions, just shoot something down below, and I'll be happy to answer them about the car or any other cars I have. Again, thanks all you guys that have subscribed. Hope you enjoyed this video. Just trying to get more content out and trying to get better at doing what I'm doing. So thanks again, and if you haven't subscribed, just hit that subscribe button, and if you got any questions, you know, feel free to post them below, and I try to answer all of them when I have time, and if I don't have time, I'll try to make time. Thanks again, and you guys have a good day.